All right. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
We're supposed to stand on this side of the line so that we're watched that, and we're supposed to stand together so that the camera captures us together.
Very well.
Let's make sure that this is starting. It is starting. So welcome to the 2011 Bryony Conference, our second time out doing it. I am Armin and
Bryony Gomez-Palacio.
We both run UnderConsideration, and you might know me for my, witty, sarcastic writing on Brand New, where I rip anyone that deserves it, or I applaud anyone that deserves it. So we're just going to the day. We try to keep it on schedule as much as possible. So we're just going to dive right into it. And first things, thank you everyone for coming here. I think we have a lot of people from outside San Francisco. So let's do a show of hands for people from Australia.
Okay.
All right, one down here. All right. How about Europe? One,
Okay.
two. All right.
Eastern Europe?
They're kind of like the same. Asia? No Asia. So East Coast, U.S. All right. Midwest. All right, San Francisco. All right, Landor. No Landor people here yet. There's like 10 registered. So we can talk crap about Landor for a little bit. Then when they're here, we'll just avoid all that kind of stuff. So you can get a sense of how the day is going to be. All right, we'll try to keep it lively and engaging. There you go.
Do we have to stay over here at all times?
Here you go. So you can control that.
That, okay. Well, of course, we always have to acknowledge the wonderful people who make this event possible and who have our back. We would like to take a minute to thank our sponsors. First, our presenting sponsors, MailChimp, Clients and Profits, the first ever Masters in Branding from the School of Visual Arts, Nina Paper,
and also, as you can see, the logos are pretty big. It's an experiment to see if next year they say, hey, can you make our logo smaller? So we'll see.
For our event sponsors, we have Font Shop, the Font Bureau, Interbrand, Heffler and Ferrer Jones, Burj Cooper, and for our after-party sponsors, and I hope you will all be joining us there tonight, we have TypeKit, and finally the in-kind sponsors who help us produce all of the stuff that is in your goodie bag.
Not all of it, some of it.
Well, some of it. Okay. Well, without a typeface, it's hard. So Mark Simonson's. Standard Deluxe for the beautiful T-shirts. Scout books for the sketchbook I'm sure you're going to fill out today. And, of course, the volunteers who you will recognize by the very discreet red T-shirts that cost. How much do they cost, do you know? There you go.
Yeah, so just maybe a quick note on why everything has a price or why everything is... So we kind of like fell in love with the brush script that you would see in like all grocery stores or things like that. So we just went with that whole theme of, things are on sale, things are cheap. And that's also what like the reds don't match, or it's just kind of like a hodgepodge of things, and so it's on purpose. It's not that we screwed up, right? And also you might notice that we both Bryony and I are on brand with the same colors: red, white, red,
a little bit of
blue,
blue and a little bit of yellow.
And if you're wondering where my yellow is, check this out. All right, so we are on brand.
I've got M&M nails here.
For Wi-Fi is open. You can just log on to the network called Brand New, and you'll be on. If you're tweeting, you can follow us at BNConf or in Strat Parrot, who's in the back over there. He's going to be tweeting for us. So if something is not witty enough, it's his fault, not our fault. And
we can't wear that many hats.
And everything, if you tweet, please use hashtag BNConf. Poster, you say?
The poster. We recognize that the poster is kind of a cumbersome thing to have around, and we didn't want to fold it and put it in your tote bags. So when you go out to lunch, we'll have a table with posters, and you can take it there. or you can wait for the after party. We'll also be handing those out at the after party so that you don't have to mess it up or anything. For those of you in San Francisco, we do ask that you just grab a couple of rubber bands to take it home. And for those who are coming from out of town, we have tubes, but if we can spare a few trees with the locals, that would be appreciated. The brand new awards book, we have 40 copies that will also be available when you go out to lunch and for the rest of the day, for those of you who want to take a copy without paying for shipping. And, or you can browse it and take a look and decide if you want to order it online from us at a later date.
And there'll be a little slideshow in the first break and during lunch just to entice you if you're on the fence.
There's an amazing work.
Nice if we can dim the house lights a little bit so that we can start with just to get you in the mood. I thought I would do a bit of a recap about what has happened on Brand New since the first Brand New conference. And so the first thing that happened right after the conference was MySpace redesign, and the idea was that they have another version which says Space, but the basic idea was that you could have, users could have their own space to put stuff in it. If I had a MySpace, I would put a Paul Rand in it. I just thought that would be the fun thing to do. Next thing we saw was, then it was the Time Warner eye and ear icon and logo was redesigned. The one Stephen Geisler did it in 1990, and the Brand Union did it. It was late 2010. And the original one, I think, Steph was very proud that it had to be done. He had to draw it by hand because at the time they couldn't get the Bezier curves to do what he wanted them to do. Whereas this year, it's all Bezier curves all the time. So how you like them Bezier curves now, Steph? And just kidding, we love Steph. And but actually what this proves is that you can diagram anything pretty much, even if it's bullshit. So anyone that doesn't remember this is the Pepsi presentation by Arnell that kind of like compare the Pepsi logo to the Mona Lisa or something in the golden ratio. Who knows? Then, we all know CNN, but there's its Spanish counterpart, which is CNN en Español. And I shouldn't say with an accent because I speak Spanish. So CNN en Español. And they come up with their own logo. And basically what they did is they put a tilde on it, which, is pretty damn cool. And there was a little bit of confusion among the readers, like, how do you even say that? Is it like si, ñ? Like, no, it's a signifier that it is in Spanish, but like, there's only one ñ in Español. And like, no, forget it. Just, go watch, go read Paris Hilton or something. They did have some fun in the comments. God bless our commenters. They're great.
Some of them have too much
this
time
was,
in their hands.
for some reason, I have an obsession with the My Little Pony logo. They redesigned in 2009, and then in 2010 they redesigned again. I just feel it's like my duty as a brand journalist to keep you up to date on the very important My Little Pony identity.
The best part is that your kids don't give a crap about it.
Yeah, I just love it. You have the heart, you have the tail. It's great. Oh, don't advance. Sorry. So there's the Big Ten Conference, which used to have 11 teams. Now it has 12 teams. But there's also like the Big 12 Conference that it's rumored that it's only going to have 11 teams now. But I digress. We're talking about the Big Ten Conference that, the old one had a nice 11 hidden in it, but then they were going to add, that 12th team, so that logo didn't make sense. Pentagram redesigned this one, and they still wanted to have something hidden in it. So, you can read big, and there's also the 10 in there. But I think that proved too hard for some people, so they had this version for dummies, like big, and it is Big 10 in case you can't decode the logo. All right, we're going to play a little movie here. Hold on, let me go up here. This might require a click.
Jing jing. I'm Gary Gaga, older brother, pop singer, pop star Lady Gaga. This is the hat I got on today. You know, what can I say? Hey, I'm a Gaga.
Sex with ladies in their vaginas.
All right, so that was Comedy Central by The Lab, and the main complaint about that one that we heard in the comments is like, but the logo is not funny. Neither are you, so shut up. Another Paul Rand logo bites the dust. Thank you, Columbus, Indiana. Dumbasses. Runner-up, front-runner for worst logo of the year, some kind of contest for, you know, Roma? What? Really? What the hell? Then 2011 opened up with big news, Starbucks redesign, and the biggest change is that they removed the name Starbucks Coffee from the, they took it away so that the siren could be on its own, and then the complaint there was, but how would people know it's Starbucks Coffee if it's only the siren? It's like, so here's a tip. If you see an establishment with a green logo that has a siren in it, look inside. If there's people with coffee or bombing Wi-Fi or using it as a public restroom, it's a Starbucks. If you're in doubt, look down the street. If there's another Starbucks, it's a Starbucks. And I thought it was really great, and that stuff looks just really, really nice.
Very nicely done.
Then we saw JCPenney. And so this is a company with $10 billion in sales in 2010. And what did they do to redesign? They asked a couple of schools for their students to submit work and a few other design firms to pitch them some logos. After 200 submissions, they picked the work of students. So they keep it classy. Let's play another movie. Okay.
Okay, just leave that.
So that was Feel Good Anyway for the Independent Film Channel. Probably one of the best identity animated packages in a long time, actually. Then there were, I want to talk about a few trends that came up through the year. And the first one was, we saw a lot of like realistic image-based logos. And the question that kept coming up is like, will it fax? So Siegel and Gale for Tyra Banks, no, it will not fax. Siegel and Gale for Cooper Vision, probably won't fax. Look like a little turd there at the end. It looks great on color, but it probably won't fax. We also have VVTA for FBTO. Probably you'll still be able to read it, but the colors will get lost. So no, it won't fax. And Someone in London, and the name of the firm is Someone. It's not like I'm saying like some kind of a dude designed this. The name is someone designed this for National Maritime Museum, and it definitely will not fax at all. No way. Another trend was offset crosses, which is fine. It's nice. This is one of my personal favorite trends, mono-weight script word marks, and this was done by Venture 3 and Stuart. Stuart in the house. All right. Thank you, Stuart. Good job. It's just so nice, all nice and bouncy. Then this was done by Salt branding for Milliken. Is Salt in the house too? Not here yet. Yeah? All right. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Man, San Francisco, you guys are late. Then there was Peru, done by Future Brand. No, Future Brand? Interbrand? Future Brand. Is Peru in the house? Are speakers in the house? All right. All right, and I'll stop with that in the house. It's not the Arsenio Hall show, all right? It was funny that those kind of like things that we had people in here representing. And Peru also came with one of the nicest identities all year. Who wouldn't want to have that pencil? All right, I'm going to hurry up a little bit. So April Fools by Matt Stevens. Matt, are you here? You're here. Where's Matt? Matt, take a bow. Please, Matt, thank you. So Matt Stevens designed our April Fools, where we decided to redesign Home Depot. And Matt just, he does this amazing job of coming up with fake things for projects that don't exist. So he'll do like, business cards, credit cards, applications, hats, all that kind of stuff. And he had this great idea of doing like spy shots of, kind of like leaking the logo early. And so that's what we did with our April Fools. We just kind of like leaked the logo early via Twitter. And a few blogs picked it up like, oh my God, look at what some people are looking at when they sign their credit card, when they check out. And so we leaked that. And even though we posted the April Fools from April Fools, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, it's true!" And we even went, but it wasn't cheap. Like I bought My Home Depot US, the domain name, and so it's illegal. Yeah, it's illegal to buy corporate domain names. A day later, we got a call from a lawyer for Home Depot, and he was not happy. He didn't find it very funny. Even though I explained...
An understatement, as you can imagine.
They wanted to sue us for a lot of money. And I said, like, look, it's an April Fool's. Isn't it funny? Like, no, it's not. It's illegal and it's damaging to our client. But it's funny. So they didn't get it. Eventually, we had to pay them $1,300 for their incurred expenses. So was it worth it for the prank? No, it wasn't. So we're going to stop with that shit. Because we did for Verizon too, and that one
we got a call from their lawyers too.
Yeah, that one we got a home. We didn't have to pay anything, so I thought I could get away with it this time. Wolf Fallings for Recording TV.
So how did that work out for you?
I have no idea what the soundtrack is about, but it sets the mood really nicely. Bruce Mao designed for OCAD. We'll hear more about it for sure, but it was very well received, and you never know with our audience if they're going to like Bruce Mao design stuff or not. There's an inherent bias towards just saying, that's crap. Sorry, Patty, that's the way it is. I just tell the truth about what our commenters say and do. All right. Stefan Sagmeister for a Portuguese energy company called EDP. And on this one, I just came down hard a little bit too hard on it. It has grown on me a little bit. They have this, it comes in different shapes. It has this family of icons that's really nice. But there's like one question, and brand new school that you'll hear from later, they did a nice animation with this. But I think the one thing that everybody was asking, just like you asked, but will it fax? There's a question but will it react to sound? So I'm going to do a little quick switcheroo here to explain what this is about. Bear with me as I launch my system preferences, go to displays, change the arrangement, mirror displays, and then I'm going to launch this.
And we're going to need your help a little bit.
Yeah. I want you to make some noise. Let's start by clapping. Louder! A little bit louder.
Silence!
Woo! All right. So the question has been answered. It does react to sound.
Do you want to see it again?
All right, so we want to thank Stefan Sagmeister and Ralph Ammer for letting us play with that here on stage.
Is it the debut? Okay. Is it kind of a
It is
debut?
kind of like a debut for that little thing. So, moving on. So just a couple more. Petco redesigned their logo, and the logo was fine, you know, whatever. But the interesting thing was that they changed their tagline from where the pets go to where the healthy pets go. And in my original post on Bryony, I just followed that by the rest of you sick pets can go fuck yourselves. And people thought that it was too harsh and it was uncalled for. But imagine if Target said their tagline was where healthy people go, the rest of you that can't go up a flight of stairs can go to Walmart. Speaking of Walmart, Chris Heron, he redesigned hell to be more heavenly. It's hard to see the hell, but it's that was the old version. And he just, he just created a range of applications for no reason whatsoever, a lot of brand touch points, and in general, it was just about mocking like the sometimes pretentious practice of destination branding, where it's all about positioning a place to in the minds of people. And he even created a website with real content that showed you the best, the nightlife, where to eat, what to do when you're in hell. So I think Chris Heron might be the new Matt Stevens, so watch out, Matt. And that's where we're at. And I think we're ready to start the show. I'm going to do one more switcheroo here.